Hi there. Welcome back to my views and news. Three news stories. Firstly, a warning from the IMF to Ethiopia. A top IMF delegation is due to visit Ethiopia. Ethiopian talks with IMF for months for a bailout package. IMF has approved packages for Kenya, for Egypt, but not for Ethiopia. IMF's reluctance seems to be linked to what is happening in the Amhara region. What did IMF say about situation in Amhara a few hours ago? Secondly, Ogaden National Liberation Front spoke about the situation in Somali region yesterday. ONLF could be a key player in case of a confrontation between Ethiopia and Somalia. Thirdly, Eritrean diaspora, opposition, and pro-government groups are involved in lobbying in a European country. Opposition groups backed a move by a political party which has submitted a resolution at a parliament to restrict the influence of Eritrean government abroad. Firstly, viewers, IMF, International Monetary Fund, it's one of its officials passed some remarks about Ethiopia yesterday. What did he say? 3 days ago, I did a video. I told you that the decrease in the frequency of dawn strikes in the Amhara region is linked to IMF's coming visit to Ethiopia. Because in some dawn strikes in recent months, civilians were killed, firefighters as well. And if more civilians die in dawn strikes, it could hinder Ethiopian attempts to get a bailout package from IMF. And IMF is going to visit Ethiopia at the end of this month or next month. That is why Ethiopian government does not want any major incident involving civilian casualties in dawn strikes in the Amhara region. That is why almost no dawn strikes, no air strikes in the Amhara region. But uh, people are dying in ground offensives too. That is what is being claimed by Fano or fighters. International Monetary Fund gave a briefing about its operations yesterday, and there its representative talked about Egypt, talked about Ethiopia, and IMF showed concern about incidents of violence in Amhara and Oromia. IMF was heard saying that it was closely monitoring the situation. It hoped that the issues in the two regions will be resolved through dialogue peacefully. So it means that if armed conflict in the Amhara region goes on, maybe Ethiopian government won't get a bailout back. We saw a statement from the US 2 days ago, and US said that it would be difficult for US to support IMF's moves to support Ethiopia if violations of human rights continue in the Amhara region. And then a statement from IMF itself a few hours ago. It means that prospects of getting a bailout package from the IMF for Ethiopian government are dim, very dim, keeping in view the ongoing ground operation. That is why I raised questions about the timing of this ground operation. Ethiopian government knew that IMF delegation was coming to Ethiopia. Before that, it launched a ground offensive. The government is not conducting drone strikes, air strikes, but still in ground offensive as well. People are dying, some as collateral damage, some as suspects affiliated with Fano, and some are being killed to terrorize the people. The people should not support Fano. IMF's visit is crucial. Ethiopian government will have to resort to dialogue in the region, Amhara region. In Oromia, talks already ongoing. Two rounds held, collapsed. Third round could resume. In Amhara, no signs of start of talks. That is why I think that Ethiopian government will have to soften its position. So far, government has not shown any flexibility. US, EU, all have been calling for dialogue in Amhara. Government showing no flexibility. But I think if government wants a bailout package, financial aid from IMF, government will have to show some flexibility. Otherwise, no bailout package, more inflation, and maybe more economic hardships for Ethiopian government. Secondly, viewers, Ogaden National Liberation Front, a political party based in the Somali region of Ethiopia, spoke yesterday. ONLF was an armed group. It turned into a political party when PM Abiy came to power in 2018. ONLF is now a key player, keeping in view Ethiopia-Somalia tensions, keeping in view Ethiopia-Somaliland MOU implementation, which is still pending. Ogaden National Liberation Front is issuing very vague statements. In case of a confrontation between Ethiopia and Somalia, what will ONLF do? Will it stand with Somalia or Ethiopia? ONLF a few days ago issued a statement saying that innocent people's properties were being robbed in Ogaden. And then yesterday it said that blood of innocent Somalis is being spilled in Ogaden. And that one sentence very meaningful. ONLF said, "Our time will come soon." What does it mean? ONLF just issues vague statements. I've seen that. They don't want to be genuine, real, proactive opposition to Prosperity Party. At the same time, they want to remain relevant. They just issue statements. But ONLF will be a key player in case of escalation of Ethiopian tensions. If people are dying in Somali region, ONLF should share details. How many died? How many were killed? Who killed them? Where were they killed? No details. Just a general statement. That is what ONLF has been doing for years, especially after the start of recent tensions between the two sides, Ethiopia and Somalia. Lastly, viewers, fight between the Eritrean opposition groups and pro-Eritrean government community in Europe is intensifying. This fight, luckily, has turned into a political, legal fight now. It is not being fought on the streets of European countries. We have seen violence on the streets of European countries in Norway, Germany, Sweden, in other parts of in London as well. Eritrean groups clashed, and in Hague as well. They clashed a few days ago, and most of these clashes were initiated by opposition group Brigade Nihamado, whose members are being arrested. Now they are facing criminal charges. And both parties have launched lobbying efforts. The pro-Eritrean government community is trying that opposition groups should be declared as terrorists. They should be expelled from European countries. While the opposition groups are contacting lawmakers, MPs in European countries, and they want the European countries to pass some legislation to curtail the influence of European government in Europe. That is why in Norway, a political party submitted a proposal to curtail Eritrean influence abroad. This proposal has several points, including ban on diaspora tax collection. Eritrean government collects 2% tax from Eritrean diaspora community. This political party has submitted a proposal which is going to be discussed by the parliament. Next week is crucial. Parliament will hold discussion. Some decisions could be made. Opposition groups are saying that it's a victory for them that European countries, European lawmakers have realized that they need to protect Eritreans from the influence, negative influence and reach of Eritrean government in Europe. So coming day is crucial, but it's a good thing that the fight is now a political fight, a diplomatic fight. not a physical fight, which we have been seeing in the states of Europe. Burkina Faso will have to resort to novel, creative ways of protesting. They resorted to violence. Now, this violence is not being tolerated in Europe. That is why, after Hague incident, we have not seen any attack by Brigade Hamza members on pro-Eritrean government gatherings in Europe. What is the next strategy which is going to be adopted by Brigade Hamza members? We'll see in coming days. Thank you for watching.